This is the story of Jane Doewerse. Now Jane, she was an average lady. She would wake up in the morning, go to work, and then clock out when her shift was over and go home and take care of her children and things like that. But she was going through a divorce with her husband, her then husband at the time. So they were going through a divorce. They were doing the whole custody issue thing, and when they figured that out, where Jane would have the kids during the week, and on the weekends she would give the kids to the father on the weekends and things like that. So, but the court proceedings, I guess they had went on for a little over a year, and they were in the process of finalizing the divorce. Anyway, so Jane, just an average lady. She was in her 40s. I guess she was getting lonely or whatever. I don't know the whole extent of her personal life or whatever, but I guess she started doing the online dating. She started doing that, and she was meeting men. She would go on day dates with them on the weekends when the kids would go with their father on the weekends, and then after the weekends, the kids would go back home to her during the week and things like that. But anyway, so she would go out on day dates with men, and she would go have lunch, and they'd probably go watch a movie or whatever they were doing. I don't know, but she would go on the weekends to meet these men that she was meeting online. Anyways, she met this one guy online, and they started doing the day dating on the weekends for a few weeks. This guy was, I guess he was in his 30s. She's in her 40s. I want to say like late 30s, I think, if I can remember. I think it was like in between the ages of 35 and 40, right? And anyways, while they were doing the dating on the weekends, he would vlog, because he was like this vlogger guy. He had a channel on the live stream or on the streaming social medias, and he would vlog everything, and then he would upload. You know how people they record themselves, or they do sketches or skits or whatever, and they upload them onto like the social media sites for people to watch and get views, and they get subscribers and things like that, blah blah, followers or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, he vlogs. So every time they would go on their dates, he would vlog it, and he would, I guess he would be funny or whatever. How dates go. If you're single and you go out on dates, you know how that goes. Anyways, so they were going on dates for a few weeks. Nothing was really finalized. They never really established if they were a boyfriend or girlfriend until later. But anyways, there was this one time where they went to the movies. They went to the theater, the show, and he took his camera in there, and he wasn't recording the movie like bootleg. He wasn't pirating the movie, but he was recording their reactions, his reactions to the movie. I guess they went to go see a scary movie or something, and or something like that. I don't know. They went to go see a movie. That's it. And then they recorded he was recording their reactions for a vlog episode or something. And anyways, I guess an employee or somebody came in and told him that he had to stop recording, or leave the theater or whatever, leave the movie. And so he got a little upset. He was like, I'm not even, I guess, cause he posted this stuff online, this little vlog episode or whatever. I guess he got upset, and he was like, I'm not even stealing the movie. I'm not pirating the movie. I'm just recording my reaction and my date's reaction. And we're just laughing about it or whatever. And, anyways, so they get up and they leave because they started causing a ruckus, or they were having, and, other people that went to go watch the movie kind of got upset or whatever. You can see it in the video there. Anyways, so they're leaving the theater, and as they're walking out, he's a little upset. He's still vlogging. He's recording himself. he's recording himself talking about the situation. He's saying out loud, like he's not even recording the movie. He's not stealing the movie. He's not pirating or whatever. But yet they still want to kick him out because he's recording himself for his episodes on the social media or whatever, for the views, for the follows, for the subscribers or subscriptions or whatever. So anyways, and then Jane, she looks at him, and she's like, "Oh, hey Jeff, why don't you just calm down? It's okay, just calm down. It's fine. We can watch it another day or whatever." And so, you can see in the video, she gets close to him and she gives him a kiss on the cheek, and then he looks at the camera and he's like, he winks at the camera, he smiles at the camera like, "Yay, like I got a kiss, on one of my dates or whatever, on the cheek or whatever, something." It was just like something friendly or whatever. I guess she was just letting him know, I guess, that she was really liking his style, the fact that he's a vlogger and he's got all these people that watch his episodes on the social media or whatever. Or it could have just been that she was genuinely liking the guy for who he was as a person. I don't know. I don't know these days. You know what I mean? Either way, they left the theater. Now they get to the parking lot, right? And he stopped recording already. He had stopped recording, but if you follow the story, I guess they get to the parking lot, to their vehicle. They get in the vehicle. They are about to back out of the parking space when this car just kind of just drives up, and as they're backing out of the parking space, when the car drove up, they ended up rear-ending their rear end. The back bumper of their car hit the side panel of the other person's vehicle on the side door, the passenger door. And so, and the only reason why is because he gets on the camera again and pushes record, and he aims the camera outside, and you can see Jane. She's out there talking to the other driver about the situation, and he gets out of the car. He walks over to where they are, and he's like telling this guy, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're a scam artist. You saw us clearly backing out. You drove up on purpose so we could hit you for insurance fraud or money or whatever." He's like, "This is clearly a scam. And I'm filming everything." And the guy was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. This is not a scam. I'm driving by and you come out very fast and you hit me on the side of my vehicle. You hit my door panel here on the passenger side. And Jeff, he's like, whatever. I got it on film right here. It's clear to see that you're clearly running a scam artist technique or whatever, right? This is what he's saying, scam artist technique deal situation. And he's like, and the guy gets upset. The other driver, he gets a little upset. He's like, "Hey, don't be filming me. You don't have permission. I'm not giving you permission to film me. Don't film me right now. I'm not giving you permission to film me." And then Jeff was like, "Oh, don't worry. It's okay, scam artist. I'll blur your face out, but people are going to see this and they'll judge for themselves. They will make their own conclusions out of this scam technique that you're pulling." He's like, "So no one's going to see your face." He's like, "I'm going to blur it out, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine to continue your scams on other people. It's fine. It's not a big deal, right?" And so he's like, oh, is that right? I'm a scam artist. I mean, you can see this is going on. It's about, a few minutes long or whatever, the video, because he posted this thing, right? He posted this episode, I don't know, or something like that, right? And anyways, he's like, "Oh, you're recording? Good. Get this damage to my car." So he starts to go to his side panel, and he's like, "Are you getting this? And Jeff's like, I'm recording everything, scammer. I'm recording everything." And he's like, "You hit my car right here." And he's doing like a karate, like a side karate chop. And like he's hitting his car, he's hitting the side door panel, and he's like, "Oh, great." Jeff is like, "Oh yeah, that's really good, great. Yeah, cause more damage to it, scam artist." And he's like, and then Jane was like, "Why don't you just calm down?" She tells Jeff to calm down, and Jeff is all like, "Oh, it's fine, it's all on video, it's okay." No, he's like, "No, babe, let him do that. I got it all on video. And then the guy gets mad, and he's like, "Oh yeah, is that a fact? And then he goes, yeah, I got it recorded right here. So the guy tries to grab the camera from Jeff, and Jeff is like, oh, get away from me, don't touch me, you know, and Jane is like, oh my gosh, stop, this is out of proportion, you're blowing this out of proportion, right? And so anyways, the guy stops and he says, you know what, just exchange information. You're going to hear from my insurance company and with your insurance company and things like that. So they exchanged information. She had given him her cell phone number if there was any problems or whatever. The guy gets in the car, he takes off, and that's the end of the video. It stopped recording right there, right? And so anyways, next thing you know, Jeff is posting this stuff on the internet. You know, he's giving a little narration while it's happening. He's talking about it. He's talking about it before he shows the video, and he also talks about how him and Jane got into a little discussion or debate about it. How Jane didn't think it was okay to post the video because she was considering it dirty laundry. She considered it dirty laundry that it wasn't worth people seeing because it's just it's just conflict or whatever, and she didn't want to be seen that way. Even though she wasn't causing the conflict or anything like that, she didn't want to be in that. She didn't want herself in that atmosphere of showing it or something like that. So he's explaining this, right? And he starts making jokes about it. He pulls out like laundry soap pods that you put in the laundry. In the washer when you're washing clothes. He pulls that out and he's like, I got some dirty laundry. Hopefully it'll get cleaned up, blah, blah, blah. He's showing his pods and, he's all for a laugh or whatever. So he posts the stuff and, he's starting to get views, starting to get people to look at it. People are commenting. People comment on videos almost all the time. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to get negative comments. You're going to get good comments. You're going to get, no comments, you're going to get they'll push the like button, to like the thumbs up or whatever, saying they like the video or whatever. So he's getting these comments, right, on the incident. And, he doesn't read the comments right away. He doesn't think anything of it, or something like that or whatever. Anyways, long story short, he posted them. He continues to talk with Jane. They continue dating and whatnot. And then one day, Jane, she received a phone call. She didn't answer it. She received a phone call, and they left a voicemail. And she picked up the voicemail to hear who it was, and it was strange because in the story, it said that this guy was leaving like eerie voicemail messages, like scary voicemails, accidents aren't always accidents. And insurance companies can't solve everything. And everyone laughs and everyone cries. He was being really, really strange about these voicemails, during when he's talking to the voicemail, he's just being really scary, really strange. So she gets a little worried, right? She gets worried. She tells her ex-husband about it. She doesn't talk to kids. She doesn't tell her kids about it, because she doesn't want to frighten them or get them worried. So she talks to her ex-husband about it. Her ex-husband says, you need to go to he hears the voicemails, I guess, or something like that. And he tells her that she needs to go to the police, right? She needs to go to the police with it, so that way they can take care of it. So she does. She calls the police. She gets them involved, and they start looking into the matter. Then she starts telling Jeff, and Jeff is like, oh, that's really weird. He starts hearing them. He gets a little frightened. He goes back to look at the video again, because automatically he thought it was that guy. And he was telling her, this could be this guy. I mean, I don't know why you left your cell phone number with him and things like that. All you had to give him was information on the insurance company, and they could sort it out like that. But, and they had another debate about it or whatever. And, anyways, he goes back, to his place, and he's looking at the footage, and he starts reading the comments. And he's catching some really weird comments from somebody that subscribed to his page. They were like saying the same things, everyone laughs, everyone cries, accidents aren't always accidents, insurance companies obviously that's how they found out. It was insurance companies can't solve everything, and if it's gonna happen, it will happen. I mean, he's this person is typing this stuff. He's like, if it's gonna happen, it will happen. And Jeff was like, what the hell, But he blurred out the guy's face in the posting. So he tries to find the footage, and he's got stacks and stacks of SD cards, right? And so he calls up Jane. She's clearly screening her phone calls now. Or that's how the story goes, right? So she's not answering the phone. So he leaves a voicemail. She calls him back. He tells her what's going on with the comments and things like that. So he goes over to her house. He takes the SD cards so she can help him sort out which video it is so they can get a look at the guy to give it to the police, right? Give it to the police. So anyways, she calls her ex-husband to pick up the kids for a couple of days. The kids are excited because they're going to go see their dad, or that's how the story goes, right? They get excited or something because they're going to go see their dad for some extra days, and they're going to have a few days off of school. So he goes and picks them up. They start looking for this footage, and he starts vlogging about it, right? He starts recording it. He's making it an episode. They're going through the footage, through the SD cards, and he's talking and doing a narration while he's looking for the footage. And somebody goes up to the house and rings the doorbell, right? And so, they stop talking. They look at each other. They pause for a moment. They look kind of scared. Then Jeff gets up and he walks. He's still recording this. He walks up to the door. He opens the door. There's nobody at the door. Apparently, from the police's perspective, this guy would ring the doorbell and then he would run to the side of the house, around the side. He would run around the side, and so whenever they opened the door, they wouldn't see him because he was on the side of the house or whatever. So this continues for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then Jeff and Jane decide, you know what? We're just going to call the cops. So they called the cops. Cops show up a couple of minutes later, probably about 5 minutes later. Jeff is still vlogging. He looks out the window and he can see the cops walking around with the flashlights and things like that. And they tell him not to go outside. When they made the call, they said, don't go outside, lock everything, blah, blah. So they do that. Anyways, they arrested this guy. Apparently he was in their backyard, attempting to climb onto the roof from the backyard. And they apprehended him. He got arrested. And it says, that he had a 38 snub nose revolver on him. And a Swiss Army knife. I don't know if you know what a Swiss Army knife is, but it's one of those knives that has like scissors and it's got a filer and a toothpick and a little knife or whatever. But apparently he was attempting to cut the cable for the television. He pulled out the scissors portion and he was trying to cut the cable wire, I guess, to cut off the TV. I don't know why he was doing that. I guess he might have thought it was a phone line or something, but apparently she don't have a landline. They all have cell phones now, so there really is no need for a landline, I guess. And so he was attempting to do that, but he couldn't get all the way through to the cable because when the scissors met the brass metal or the copper metal or whatever, the copper, he couldn't cut through that. So, but you could see, that he was trying to cut the cable with the scissors and whatnot. But anyway, he got arrested, and they look into it further, and apparently he was on antipsychotics or something like that, and he had done the same thing previously to somebody else, and he got in trouble for that, and he's just doing it again. He's doing the same thing that he did last time, and apparently Jeff stopped his channel. It's still on. You can log in or you can go on the media streams and find his channel or whatever. But I guess he doesn't post any videos on that. And he created another channel. And he does other stuff now with the vlogging. And him and Jane, they're not in a relationship no more. But they're like, I guess they remain friends because they've been through an ordeal together or whatever. And I guess her ex-husband got a little upset that she started dating again or something like that. I don't know the full extent. I don't know the personal life part of that, but when they when they encountered this guy, it was really strange, and it was like this big thing because he was posting the videos, and then the cops were involved, and they arrested him, and he had a weapon, he had a gun. It's really crazy, really scary stuff. But yeah, that's the story of Jane. You see the videos of people going through that and everything, the comments, the parking lot disputes, the vlogging, catching incidences like right out of nowhere. People think they're scripted. Sometimes, they are, but the majority of the time they're really not scripted. This stuff really happens, so it's pretty crazy to hear and see, and read about Jane Doewerse and her story and her encounter, her and Jeff's encounter with this crazy guy who was on antipsychotics. That's that.